It's crazy.
Giant robots are the best.
They are. I think we can all agree on that.
True.
Yep.
True that.
And
streams back up. So now, welcome back everyone. Part 2 to the Gates review. Listen. Listen. Ooh, I got some words for this week. But anyway, he finally knows what it means to be a secondary. And he runs toward Axel because Axel's fighting both them Oma soldiers like by himself, and he's like, Axel looks back at Gates. So you're the Kamen Rider too? He's like, I got this one. Handle the other one. And Gates is fighting dude now. I'm like, okay, Gates, your leg is still messed up.
No,
I guess being a Kamen Rider lets you fight through the pain. He's like, hit that foot. He literally, like, he tried to fight one off with a pipe earlier to help Axel, and Axel's just like, nah. Like, I got this. And like he falls, his foot is bloody, and it's getting rubbed into the dirt that's on the, like, I'm like, boy, your foot gonna be infected by the time this movie over. Like, come on, man.
I got a room up.
Nice. But like,
that reminds me of the beginning of Ultraman Leo, where Ultra 7 is fighting these two kaiju.
Yeah, I saw that.
And they wind up knocking him to the ground and then just brutally shattering his legs. Horrible crunching noises and all. It's absolutely horrifying.
That is awesome.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
truly horrifying.
That's
someone
awesome.
who's never watched any Ultraman other than like those early episodes of Leo, Ultraman 7 seems like a punk. My first experience with him is him getting completely wrecked.
Yeah, you gotta watch Ultra 7 though. He makes everything in that show his bitch. It's incredible. Ultra 7 is the Ultraman Zero before Ultraman Zero, in terms of just like,
which explained where Zero got it from.
Yeah, he got the genes. He got the genes. It's genetic.
Heck yeah. Hopefully he can teach his student what it means.
That'd be nice, because I'm a little vexed that he's always being a show stealer at this point.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, I'm gonna show up and steal the show. There's nothing you can do. I'm just like, come on.
Did he get a full show, or was he just in like a movie?
No, sadly,
he never got a full show.
So that's why they're just shoving him in and everything.
Yeah, they had a golden opportunity after the second Ultra Mega Galaxy battle movie, which is, you know, the return of Belial or whatever, or Belial's big bad evil plan, where Zero has to go off into the multiverse or whatever, a la DC.
Right.
He gets introduced to this cast of characters who get then called the Ultimate Force Zero, who are basically like a dope-ass evil beating squad of Kyodai heroes, giant heroes who will just beat the shit out of villains. And it's like, this is the perfect opportunity to have an actual show based around these dudes bumming through the multiverse, beating the piss out of bad guys. But it never happened, which saddens me greatly. It would have been nice, but
here we are. In Jido.
Oh yeah, you know, every cameo he's had has been pretty tight though, so I can't argue. We'll see how he is in Ultraman Z anyway. Zeta? What are they? What is
Z? Ultraman Z.
Z. It is Z as opposed to Zeta.
For right now, we'll see when this next show comes out. Yeah. Oh, all right. Anyway, we got a little topic. Gates boy. So he has this finisher with Axel, which is pretty cool. They do their signature rider kicks, finish with the explosion. Gates' landing is a little awkward-ish, but it happens. So then they get Sogo back. It's like, yo, Gates is so cool. He gets taken by DN. Well, no. Whitewall shows up, and he's like, nah, I'm glad you got your powers back, so I can beat you and become the savior that you were supposed to be, but you decided, nah, I'm hanging around with Oma. So yeah, that happens. But like before, like Whitewall beats him, DN, he saves him kind of. With a little help from Kaiser, because the end doesn't have the powers.
Wait, how does he get help from Kaiser? Kaiser's dead!
This is time. He pulled him from that. He pulled him from.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah, I heard the motorbike ain't. No, he pulled him from, pretty much.
That's fine. I accept this.
Kite's is not part of that world. When Deanne teleported him. So Kaita helps him real quick. And Deanne and Kaita have this little conversation about I wasn't paying too much attention to that at that moment. Like, alright, Kaita, you're still looking clean. Nice to see you again. Even though you're a dick, but like, it's nice to see you again.
Dude probably eats cats. The dude is a madman.
He is. He's a terrible character.
No. There's a difference. He's a terrible human being. He's a superb character. He is perfectly written for the monster that he is.
So then we get to another segue. I love it. So then we get to Deanne showing Gate the past of the old world that he grew up in. And by that I mean he shows him the finale where he dies. Or whatever. He shows him that. And Gates is like, what? Why, what are you trying to show me here? So eventually he pretty much tells Gates what happened. And that he's been working with Waz. Waz shows up. The one that we all know him though. He shows up. And I'm like, okay, that would make sense. He's been working with that Waz to get his powers back from White Waz that stole it. And then
that's
Drive speeds away.
And as a shield, but as we get onto it, it turns out the White Waz they know died. But because of Swartz and Ahsoka fixing everything, there's now a new multiverse essentially. So the
it's just like yes, rematch. So it's exactly like Infinite Crisis after Crisis on Infinite Earths, where they took all this time to resolve everything into its own little splinter and then or contiguous whole, and then they shatter it up again. I see how it is.
Well, no, the Schwartz's plan was to bring it all together so that their world would survive.
So
the writer's main goal was to separate it.
I don't know that was their goal.
No. Schwartz's goal was
that was the end result, but
Schwartz wanted it together. Sogo fixed everything and put it back to the way it was before. But now that like Gio has his own new timeline. But it's kind of like this weird. I hate to do this, but it's kind of like Future Trunks' timeline shenanigans now, where it's like, because I freaking hate Future Trunks, but it's like it's essentially that now. It's like there's more than one timeline now, but Sogo's new timeline is the new main timeline. But there's alternate timelines too. Yeah, at least for Gio. So Waz comes from one of those alternate timelines, the white one.
Right.
So yeah, as we get to that, he's now another Deanne and all that. And Waz shows up and is like, yo, you know you're messing up, right? What are you doing here? You know you can't do this. He's like, nah, I'm gonna be the savior that Gates was meant to be, because he sucks. He wants to be teamed up with Homer now. Nah, it's my turn. I'm gonna be the savior. So that happens. Waz introduces himself to everyone. Sogo's flipping happy because he's like, walk him out. I'm your loyal servant. And he's like, what? Huh? But I don't want to be an evil overlord. He's like, no, you're a righteous, you're the strongest and most righteous overlord. So he is happy. He's like, oh yeah, He's like, I didn't want to be evil. I like candy. Okay, yeah, cool. This works. So because of that, the gang reunites. The end takes. He took White Waz's book and puts down in the book. Now that the cast is all here, all 4 writers reunite, so everyone gets their powers back, but they don't remember anything. So unlike Build, they just play quick. Everyone gets their memories back after the finale of Build. It's just like no, we don't really get our memories back outside of Gates knowing what's happening. We just go along with it. Essentially. Must have been a 2-on-1 kill. I don't know what the hell happened.
I guess, yeah.
Rematch that. Hold up.
Rematch that, yeah.
He's such a little.
Truths.
So we get the whole everyone henchins together scene. And I gotta say,
it is pretty awesome.
It was very nice to see. Sogo's excited. He is excited as one would be, knowing that he's the freaking God,
knowing that he's
king,
the overlord,
Lord.
and he has the power of every writer ever.
He's like,
so
I'm
power.
the future best king ever, space god of time, overlord, and it is amazing. He's so excited. As soon as he gets his ride watches back, he screams in excitement. Whoa! Smiling and all that. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, he really did.
Like, dude, he is so happy to have his powers back, and he just goes with it. He's like, oh, no matter. I'm Overlord. I'm a good one. Let's make it happen. They all hench together and fight off Omobots, and it's like, it's kind of a nice fight scene. They don't go too over the top with it, but like, it's an hour long movie. The fight scenes were actually pretty decent for an hour long movie. So Tsukiomi's doing her thing, and we finally get to see her rider kid. And if it ain't the most Sailor Moon inspired like I've ever seen, yeah, it was a nice kick for her. And then she's fighting next to Waz, mind you. And she's like, Mr. Waz, can you finish off the rest? He's like, yeah, I can. Don't worry, Tsukiomi. It does his Waz Ginga finisher, which is just a bunch of meteors coming down, blowing up everything. Sogo takes on the most Omobot. And this dude, he fights them in the standard Toku warehouse. Because if you ain't in the floor, you're in the warehouse. Standard.
Yeah, I gotta find out where that warehouse is someday. I gotta find out where it is, because how are they getting there?
Well, they got everywhere. And so basically, what Sogo summons is the main writers. Sogo summons the main writers or the secondary writers that actually take this stuff. So he summons O's in his final form. Puto-Terra. Gotta put that out there.
It is the final form.
And then he summons Spies in Blaster mode and summons Doubles in Fang mode, which isn't the final form, by the way. He just summons them like that. Because Sogo doesn't care. He just summons whoever. Whenever, he just picks them from whatever point in time. It doesn't even matter.
I was wondering why he summoned Fang
He just picked them because I'm like, okay. And I tell you, if that wasn't one of the coolest finishers, because they like all 4 of those riders are beating the Omobots into a single spot. Friggin' Fives activates his blaster. O's activates his finisher, so he activates his little cannon, and then friggin' Geo and Double do their finisher at the same time, the kicks, and they blow up everything. And I'm like, that is the coolest finisher.
Oh my god.
Oh, come on.
It was such a dope finisher.
Stay away from me.
So besides that, Sogo, like I said, Sogo's happy. He's like, so this is the power of a pure, powerful and righteous overlord. He's so happy. The dude is so happy with it.
He was acting like a baby when he got that.
Sogo was like a kid in the candy store when he got his powers back. I was like, this dude. That's exactly what I would do. I'd be way too excited. So they run off now, and they see Gates take down the Omobots he was fighting with
right
Shippu mode, the speed mode of his revive form.
Shippu.
There you go. So He takes them out, and then he fights another DN. He's like, now it's just you. Now it's just me. Nah, that's disrespectful, Gates. What are you talking about? And he summons more Omobots for him to fight and whatever. And he's just like, yeah, Gates, you can't stand a chance. Another DN knocks him out. The others show up, and Gates is like, nah, stay back. This is my fight. And I'm like, Gates, they could really help you right now. Don't do this. You got a broken foot, and you really trying to fight? Alright, this man is now officially a secondary.
Yeah, baby.
So, like, he's doing his thing. He's telling off white walls. And I'm like, cool. That's dope to see. And then Diaz's like, you know what? You're looking pretty cool there, Gates. I got a present for you. And throws him all his secondary cards. And they become Gates' Majesty. The Ride Watch, they become that. He powers up with it. And I gotta say, Gates' Majesty is an ugly ass suit. Fuck that suit.
Truths have been
That is the ugliest suit.
It just has a bunch of Ride Watches on it.
Blaze's brother made me mad. He said that suit looked better than Grand. I said, boys, you smoking. No. What drugs are you on? I want them.
But, okay.
No,
the
he's
suit
dead
made me
serious.
crap. Alright? The suit made me crap. But that jingle was freaking fire.
Yes, the jingle is great. There's aspects of the suit I do like. The helmet is nice. But there's too much red and gold. Bro, I'm like, I told him, I was like, bro, if you're going to make a comparison for the red and gold, Iron Man at least does it right. There's not too much gold. It's a nice balance of red and gold.
Emperor Kiva.
Yeah! And that's reverse! It's like gold with the red under. It was like, no, but Gates is like mix smash of both and it don't work. And then you look at the chest piece for the suit and there's silver on there. I'm like, why couldn't it just be all silver? Why not? Because that would have worked better. It'll work better.
G3 Night Kaiser, Garen, Ibiki, Gataku, Itazi, Endo, Akuseru,
You don't. You really don't.
Meteo, Bisuto, Baron, Maha, Spectre, Blaze, Kuros, Kamen, Rider.
No need, my dude.
He wants to sing.
Gates!
There you go.
I had to join it on it. It was a nice jingle. It was a nice jingle. But anyway,
I love that the jingle ends, but they're just standing there. I mean, no, the henchman ends. The henchman ends, but they're just standing there waiting for the jingle to
yeah, they're
finish.
waiting for the jingle to end because they know it's appropriate for that moment. But then, and then we get to the fight. We get to the fight with Gates' Majesty versus another DN than the Omnibot. The fight was cool, but I hated the suit. If the suit wasn't that ugly, and it's basically Grand Geo. So I'm like, okay, except like where Sogo taps on the statues or whatever. This man's clicking in the ride watches that are on him, and I'm like, come on, dude. They could have made your suit look better. He's literally, he's a walking Happy Meal.
Well, yeah. That's
a bit of an exaggeration.
No, it's not. That is perfect.
Exaggeration.
That is
That's
a perfect
exactly
description.
What he looks like.
He's a Happy Meal, but the toys are on the outside. That's why I hate the suit.
I mean, that's my beef with most of the Ultimate forms since, like, 4s. It's just, like, 4s wasn't that bad, but a bunch of the ones since have been kind of
Forza's final wasn't that bad. At least the Switch modules were on the chest. So it's like, okay.
Yeah. But even then, it was kind of like, ugh. I just don't like the whole, let's have
were just, like, shiny.
But at least with Grand Geo, I give it a pass because he's a tribute. He's like a grandfather clock / statue.
Look, Decade did the same thing that Grand Geo does. All right.
I'm not going. Look, we'll get into this. We'll get into this. Don't worry, I got you.
Decade had all the cards across his chest.
Geo
just had
that final form is ugly, but we'll get into it. We'll get into it. And this is coming from a dude who loved Decade. that final form ugly, but we're gonna get into that. Gates gets into the fight with this man. His finisher is essentially the same as Sogo's finisher when he fought another GO2. He jumps in the air, the symbols
all
of
the secondaries appear.
Yeah, and then they form into the kick.
Together. Yep.
It is a nice finisher. It's a nice finisher. And then, so essentially, another Dian's beaten. Dian takes his power back from the card. Gates still has the Gates Majesty Ride Watch, by the way. So that's cool. Like, the Ride Watch doesn't turn back into Dian's cards or whatever, but since Dian got his power back, I assume he gets all his cards back too, or what have you. So, whatever.
Yeah, probably.
Whatever. It
doesn't matter too much.
Even if he doesn't, he'll just steal them. It's no big deal.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's the end. It'll
the
be
end.
fine.
Exactly.
It'll work out in the end. In the end.
Curse you. Your puns. Yo, thanks Cheeseburger Cats for the follow. Yes, this is PS4. This is PS4. We're playing on PS4. But anyway. So
Frank, why you gotta be Team Grunge Bucket here? Why you gotta be a Grunge Bucket?
My bad. I didn't even change my character. I was trying to. I forgot all about it. Anyway,
if I picked random, all I'd ever play was maybe that I already know. So that's what I say. That made no sense.
You played the Wii board. That's cool. And as we finish off the movie, White Walls gets eaten, absorbed by Black Walls. He's like, it's time for you to come back home. He's like, and I'm like, it kind of makes sense now because Black Walls are the walls that we know. Since he's a quarter, he's a time anomaly or whatever. So it makes sense that he would have he's absorbing the other walls, so they don't cause too much trouble because he's an anomaly or whatever. Sogo's freaked out like, he ate him, what is this? And I'm like, dude, I don't even know myself. So after all said and done, Amazon and Decade, huh? Nice people. My bad, I was looking at the comment. But essentially as we get into the rest of the movie, where it finishes off, the end he talks to Gates. Gates punches the dude in the face. He's like, you ain't gonna use me no more for whatever plans you had. You ain't gonna do it. And Kaito's like, man, Kaito gives him a little bit of respect at that point, I guess. Or more than what he already had for him. He's like, I hope we meet again. I'm like, yeah, he's gonna hit you in the mouth for that. So essentially, everything essentially goes back to normal. Or whatever's normal in the real world, what have you.
Right.
Give me a hug, you dinosaur, scaly son of a bitch. Rematch.
Oh, dude, he just leaped into my final kick.
I want a hug.
Like, he just ran into it. This man.
Master of the hug rushdown.
So yo,
Good God.
The movie ends as usual, normal stuff. They're walking to school, but this time, like, Gates is waiting for Sogo because I guess Sogo's gonna like put him on the bike so he can actually relax his foot and rest his foot now, because stress had to be on that foot with him fighting like that.
Yeah.
So essentially, he's talking to Sogo's uncle. He's like, so do you know what you want to do now? Like, what you gonna do after school, whatever? Dude's like, I want to be a savior. I want to save the world. I'm like, okay. He's got the lose and grandeur now too. Alright. So since he's got like good taste now, I guess it makes sense because since Sogo's the overlord, Gates is gonna be, I guess, his knight or whatever. You're gonna think about it like that.
Loyal retainer.
I guess it would be okay for him to be the savior because of that. Because you know how like knights do, like that type of love and respect. So it makes
all the chivalry.
Still makes sense. They meet as they go to the school or whatever. They meet up with Tsukuyomi and Waz. Like, look, Waz, remember you said you're gonna be like not interrupting or whatever. Watch just like. But Waz is like, I'm always around my overlord. Like always around my overlord. Good God, what is this right now?
Get chaos. A lot of chaos.
So yeah, and the movie ends with Gates trying to chase Sogo down on a broken leg. As Waz looks on and Tsukuyomi's trying to like stop that from happening. But like they all take out their ride watches and look at him like, what's going on, or why is everything like this? We don't know, but we'll figure it out. It probably involves the powers that we have, or whatnot.
Ding ding ding.
And that was the Gates movie. And then we get to the after credits scene. So with that spoiler, like the little spoiler list there, everything from the spoiler list was pretty much factual outside of the after credits. And by that I mean there was no red Waz or whatever at all in terms of after credits. It was just Schwartz and Order talking about some weird plan or whatever, and Schwartz is like, things are getting a little weird. And I want to see what happens next with this creepy smile. I'm like, what are you planning, Schwartz? Because Soga already whooped your ass. Like, is Tsukuyomi gonna whoop your ass now? Next, is she the one? I feel like
remember the last time she tried that? How cute was that? She's like, I'm gonna get you. And he's all like, roundhouse kick into a wall. Career ended.
I feel like the next V-Cinema...
I don't mind admitting that I did giggle at that point in Zio. I felt bad, but I didn't.
I wouldn't have felt bad.
I was then very upset because I was like, I kind of wish she'd done something in the entire series. But
honestly, what she did this movie, I'm like, okay, she's finally doing something. They're not just having her sit around even though she has a writer form like Poppy. She's actually doing something. And like, you know what? I'm okay with it. So then, that's pretty much it. I'm assuming the next V-Cinema is going to be for Tsukuyomi, but it may be for Waz. It may be both Waz and Tsukuyomi, like Peridot and Poppy had the V-Cinema together. So,
did they manage to get one?
yeah. I'm assuming they will because they set it up for like another one.
I guess. It depends on how popular it is.
Well, Gates Majesty works. So, all in all, I will say this about the Gates Majesty movie. This is exactly what I wanted from this motherfucker the whole fucking time. And I had to emphasize that because Gates had a problem in the Geo season. They redid his development 2 times.
Yeah, exactly.
And I'm like, they never stuck the landing with it because it just was a hard reset of his character. He never learned anything. He's just like, all right, I'm gonna work with Sogo now. Bruh. This time, they actually had him talk to some secondary writers. And it felt right. I was like, this is what should have been here the first time, but it wasn't. Okay, I get it. But it should have been.
Yeah, no, I get the frustration.
So, Gates Majesty as a movie was good. It was good.
I do like the V-Cinema, like all the V-Cinemas and whatnot, because they give us a chance to focus on like the secondary, whatever writer.
I will say this though.
Having to focus on the main dude.
It's good that we finished this up because now we can segue into the final form discussion that I wanted to talk about today in terms of like
final forms,
best looking final forms. And V-Cinema forms. Gates
So
Majesty
are we
is
just doing V Cinema
fucking
form?
ugly. It is so
Yes.
bad. It is so bad. There's aspects of it that work, but then it's just a retooled Zominus suit from the Overquartzer movie. Which, by the way, I love
Right.
that movie because it's a hilarious way of saying "fuck the canon." You feel me? Just have fun with the show. That's all it's saying. It's all that's all the movie's really saying. Like, just have fun with the show, and I like that. But,
Hey, look, it's Kamen Rider Brain. It's the Go Riders. It's freaking Manga Kuga.
Manga Kuga being there was absolutely amazing, and I love every minute of it. But
Manga
essentially,
Kuga was the best.
but essentially, it's just like, nah, fuck the canon. But anyway, as we get to it, Gates Majesty is an ugly final form because he's a walking Happy Meal, like we stated earlier.
Yeah.
He's
Could they
red
not have
with
done
gold.
something better with?
They really-
get they wanted to do. They wanted to give him like the same basic thing, which was all the riders on his suits, but just having the ride watches,
They really could have just retooled Grand Geo, honestly. Because Grand Geo, despite how overdone it is, it makes sense for what Geo is, and it looks good.
Right.
It's the black and gold that makes it work. You got the statues of the like Grand Geo. He's just a grandfather clock, but with statue yeah.
Yo, Clank, we got this.
But here's the thing with that: they would have to make. They would have to make statues for all the secondary riders. That would have been expensive.
Yeah, I that's the only reason why I understand, but it doesn't mean I gotta like it. I understand.
That is true.
I understand, but I don't gotta like it because one, the cape, boy, that cape is that it didn't need the cape. Did not need.
The match. Oh, the match crashed.
Yeah.
It's a car and a bike versus a wizard and a vampire.
That cape ugly. That cape ugly. So yeah.
All right, other good or bad V Cinema forms?
V
Is that what
Cinema,
we're going with?
yeah, as well as final forms. Because most V Cinema, like for how I feel, for secondaries, their V Cinema forms are usually usually a final
Their
form
new
for them.
final form,
Yeah,
yeah.
a proper final form for them. And even though it's not like technically in a final in season, it feels like a proper final. Except Cross, who left?
Never mind. Kuzan got kicked.
Aw, big sad. But as since we talked about Gates Majesty, we'll just go down from there. Cross is
Evil.
final. Cross Evil.
Nah,
I like it. I like it, but it's not as cool as Cross Magma. Cross Magma, especially because Evil just took off. I feel like it was just a special form, especially because like I said, Evil took off, so they didn't show him use the form again in the Grease movie, which they should have if it was not a one-time form, but it really does feel like a one-time form. So there's that.
Yeah.
But Cross Magma is fucking
Magma
amazing. That is fucking amazing. Fuck yeah. Like,
Cross Magma. Ah, cha 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 cha.
fucking great. It's such a good
Do we need to remake the room or?
Yeah, might as well.
Gonna...
So we can get a.
This is an Asian game, so I keep pressing the wrong button.
I know, right, bruh?
I do that when every single time in GBO2, I'm always hitting the wrong button. I'm hitting the Japanese buttons instead of the American. I'm just like, why do I have such a hard time with this? I see giant robots. My brain is like, O is confirm, X is cancel.
It's understandable, man. Because I'd be like that with this game, and then I switch to another game, like, oh.
Yeah.
All
So.
right, so
Final forms. I mean, pretty much everything up until, everything Heisei up until Double is pretty much golden. They're basic, they're straightforward, they serve their purpose. After double, after O's. I'll be kind. I liked O's respective final forms. Yeah, I like that one. Fours was, it was fine. It was fine. Infinity's okay, but they kind of start losing me after that.
Well, yeah, they're pretty much more stem.
Infinity's is classic, at least. It's a really classy form. I'll give it that.
Yeah, it fits. It's not like over the top. It's not overdone.
I guess my biggest gripe with Infinity is that it was in Wizard, and I wasn't a huge fan of Wizard. I kind of fell asleep during that show a lot of the time because I was just like, "Where is this going?" It could have been really good, I thought, and then it just kind of was like, "Let's be safe," and I was like, okay.
Yeah,
I kind of have the same complaint with Drive, but Drive I think pulled it off a lot better.
Oh yeah.
Because Drive, I think, wound up playing it, and I know I've had this complaint, I think, literally every episode, is that they had a golden opportunity for there to be a ideological discussion and between Hart and Tomari, and they just didn't. They were just like, we should really talk about this, and they're like, nah, I'm gonna murder you because you're a roid mood.
They eventually did, they eventually had that heart-to-heart talk.
Yeah, but then he murders them anyway. It's okay, nobody's listening to each other.
He didn't murder Hart.
Wait a second. We're getting the spoilers. My boy Shield so happy.
Okay. Sorry.
I had to stop myself, boy. I was about to get
Everybody dies at the end of Drive. You've been spoiled.
No. Fuck.
Well, okay, so we can't go into too much deep discussion into Drive.
Not everybody dies. Yeah, okay. Drive was fine. Drive was inoffensive. There are some things I think it could have done better, but overall it's a very good package. It's one of the better ones we've seen in the last decade.
Mm-hmm.
End of.
Kuzong got kicked out again.
No. Kuzong, no.
I'm sorry, man. Kuzong, maybe you should make the room. That way I'll get booted.
As we move down the line, we covered Build and Cross. Magma is Cross's final form. I love it, especially over Cross. Evil the one-time form because he ain't use it again.
Yeah.
We get to Brave Tattle Fantasy level 100.
Tattle Legacy. Tattle Legacy. Hasuna Nekaki. Tattle Legacy.
It's okay. You don't have to sing every single one down. It's okay.
I didn't do the Cross one, but that's just.
We get it. You're a virgin. It's okay.
Wait, what? Huh?
We get it. You have a lot of free time. It's okay.
No, I just memorized music really fast. That's all it is.
Wait a second. We still all get along. Huh? Alright,
I'm just a musician and I just like music. That's all there is to it. Calm down.
Back to Brave's final form. I'm so sorry, man. Yeah, I like it. Dude, who else likes Brave's final form? Who else?
I do.
Yay!
It's freaking awesome.
Brave's final form is really classy. It's really classy.
The White Knight.
I think it's actually my favorite in all of it.
I do like during some of the finishers when it does get the angel wings. I'm just a big fan of angel wings. So.
Oh yeah. I noticed that too. When he does his finisher, and the cape turns into the white wings. Yeah, I like that.
The wings, and he just floats up a little bit.
Yeah,
that's great.
Yeah, I agree.
He wears it well. I think you can really overdo the angel wing motif, but he does it. But he does it really well. Like there's of all the things that I could cock an eyebrow at in X-Aid, Brave's final form is not one of them. It is just pure class.
And Brave's forms also felt like progression when it comes to his main form, his mid form, and final. It's just he starts out as the basic RPG protagonist knight, Then he becomes the Dark Knight, kinda. or like a Demon Knight or whatever. Like the armor's upgraded, and then he
turns into a paladin.
Pretty much, yeah. Pretty much.
RPG, Tadoru Fantasy.
I am absolutely bedazzled that you have all of these memorized off the top of your head.
I only know Hyper Muteki.
I'm just jealous. Don't mind.
Hyper Muteki.
I'm just jealous.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
It's okay, dude. Done. We love you. We love you like a family member, bud.
Okay.
This man has these memorized.
That's his new name. That's his new name now. Kamen Rider Jukebox. There you go.
I'm okay with that. I'm actually very okay with that.
You are now my secondary writer.
Cool. Echo and Jukebox.
He said you say the name. Yeah. All right.
Now, speaking of Final Forms, X8's Final Form, since we just did Hyper Muteki.
Well, I
like it.
Well, we're gonna.
It's extravagant. It's crazy, and it goes all over the place, and I love it for that.
Well,
I'm not gonna
dreadlocks, dude.
I'm not gonna lie. I love its hair. I love that.
Yo, when he first appeared and he did the little twirl, like he was in a L'Oreal commercial. He's like Sephiroth, eat your heart out. I have the true hair.
Fabulous.
Like the hair twirl is hilarious.
Once I realized that hair is like hair, and it's articulated and stuff, I was like, the rest of the design is fine and dandy, but I am sold on the hair.
Man.
I didn't like initial stills. Yes.
And like here's what makes it great, like in terms of like progression.
That's exactly it.
In terms of form progression, it's kind of not really there. It's like X8, and then he's like, all right, now I got a player 2. Let's go. In terms of video game forms, it's like, all right, yeah, the first game that comes out, you got the Mario game, and then you got Super Mario Brothers. Now he's like, nah, I got my boy Luigi here. Game on, you know what I'm saying?
Well,
and then like he gets a mech, and I'm like, huh. Okay.
Well, no. Here's the thing. It's a kind of I think it's supposed to be like a mirror of his level 1 to level 2 forms.
Wait, Maximum Mighty?
Yeah, Maximum Mighty and Hyper Muteki. I think it's supposed to be like a mirror of level 1 and level 2.
Huh.
I can see that.
Because
Hyper
Muteki like bursts out of Maximum Mighty, so.
I get it. I didn't look at it that way.
Level 2 bursts out of level 1.
You know what?
That's the thing I think they were trying to go for.
Actually, I like that. If that is what they're, did you just say you finally made sense?
No, I said he made it make sense. He made it make sense.
Okay. Well done, you finally made sense. And yeah, no, if that was what they were going for, I wish I'd seen it before now.
Yeah, now it makes sense.
Because that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
It makes a lot of sense.
Heck yeah. Like, in terms of Hyper Muteki, he's just like I said in like other episodes, it's basically Super Saiyan. Like when Dan used it, it was just an invincibility star for Hyper Muteki. Nah, he's like, I'm going in. It's time.
Because we bring up that scene, I love that Dan, he uses Hyper Muteki and then he just uses the 10 seconds to explain Hyper Muteki and it's amazing genius. Pause! What? How are you able to move during the pause? Hyper Muteki allows me to move during your pause. I'm invincible! Bow to my genius! Game over. Pause!
Pretty much.
I thought that was like maybe a nod to things like Gavan and whatnot, where it's like, you've just witnessed a transformation sequence that happens in about half a nanosecond, but we're going to describe in nauseating detail exactly everything that's happening.
And if you ain't know what's Gavan,
see, he watches Gavan and he knows.
And let's I'm gonna go back after since we brought up Hyper Muteki. I skipped Genius. Let's double back on Genius. That form fucking ugly too. And it's bad because like Bill has some very nice suits. The suits in Build are pretty nice.
It does.
But then we get the Genius, and it's like, let's just throw all the bottles on him.
I get what they were going for with Genius. Aesthetically, I get that. It's all 60 bottles. He's powering him. The thing I hate about Genius is that they say, oh, he's powered by all 64 bottles. But that's we see him use 2.
Yes!
Yeah!
That's the thing that pisses me off. He has 60 different bottles on his body, and he uses like 2 of them.
He's supposed to be like and I kind of get it when you see the transformation of Genius. Like, it's like a whole laboratory slash conveyor belt putting every bottle into the man's suit. Like, okay, this dude is a walking lab.
The transformation sequence was pretty cool, but then you see the end product and you're like,
here's hoping 01's final form is not him with every fucking shit.
Don't even suggest it. Don't even speak not the devil's name, for he will come to you. That's what I'm dreading. I missed something.
Because 01 has like build. It has great suits.
They're so slick.
They have so good. The suits are good. So
why are they so good?
01's final form is going to be like solar based. I guarantee it. It'll be sunrise.
As long as it's not a fucking retread of Build Genius.
Okay, fine.
Because
here's the thing. No, we can't do that anymore. Rampage is already doing that. Rampage is already doing 10 Pro-Rice keys together.
Which is Vulcan's final.
I would argue why it's even more likely that they're going to do it for 01.
Because Rampage is already using that gimmick?
Yes, because it's like, well, we gotta outdo him because we're Toei and we have no original ideas anymore. That's why.
I think
at least with Rampage, it works because like it's essentially like he's got like a pistol and he's like twirling. He's twirling the chamber. And so he's like, it's like it works. It works for the gun. Yeah, he's like, nah, I got the revolver. I'm spinning the chamber and I'm shooting bullets. Cool. Don't do it for 01.
By the way, I do think that Rampage is gonna wind up being Vulcan's final form. And
it better be his final form. It's like Cross Magma. It works. Don't ruin it. Like if you give him a one-off V Cinema form, cool. But don't like have him keep it. Is what I'm saying.
But no, I don't know what 01 is, but I don't think it's not going to be the...
It better not. That's all I'm saying. Because...
It's not going to be the stereotypical put everything together, because we're already doing that.
The reason I think it's even more likely is because they'll be like, oh, Rampage was the flawed prototype, or Rampage was the flawed mass production model, and now we're going to have the super prototype, which actually does the same gimmick, but better. And I'll just be like, sorry.
Well, Rampage was made by Zaya. Rampage was made by Zaya.
So he didn't make their own with 01.
Yeah. No, not their. They would make something completely new.
Or better.
Zaya's been copying what he did. He didn't create something new.
Or he didn't be like, hey Zaya, fuck you, we're gonna make what you did do it better. But I don't see it, but like, let's just not have it, that's all I'm saying. Alright, now we
haven't gotten like scans for the final form.
No, I'm surprised they kept the scans hidden for most everything. Alright. Big sad.
Anyway, so we've detoured with that. We've complained about Genius for a while.
Yeah,
are we going to keep going back?
Yeah, now we done X8.
Absolutely. So we're going back in time.
So let's go.
Back to Ghost.
Go. Ghost, though.
Ghost with Mugen and Shin Spectre.
Hey, it's literally Infinity States all over again. Aren't we so original?
Yes, but they look damn good. So I can't hate. I can't hate it too much.
Agreed.
They look good. I can't hate because like
despise the gimmick, love the suit.
Yeah, that's how I feel about Ghost. The suits are great, despite the show being.
Most of the suits are great. Most of the suits are great. There's a couple of the forms that were like
So like even
though they were in keeping with the gimmick, but I guess the gimmick maybe didn't always work for me.
Like Sin Spectre may be a blue version of Mugen, but it looked good. I just wish they had more of a ghostly gimmick because it doesn't feel like it when Ghost.
Or like stuck to the Nanomachine Sun theme.
They used up the all
massive spoilers for Ghost. Sorry.
Who cares? It's Ghost.
It's Ghost.
Let's be fair here. It's Ghost.
Oh, I'm sorry, dude. So
What did he say? He's downloading lots of hentai? What?
no, no.
No.
Some stuff's happening, which making him like, all right,
Whatever.
No.
Kazong, man, I'm sorry.
Never. No,
But,
dude, I'm sorry.
Let's tag Dunn in real quick. I'm sorry, Kazong.
What about Ghost?
No, we're
Or-
gonna tag you in for the match while talking about Ghost.
Oh, okay. Yeah, give me a second.
That way, whatever.
Oh, yeah, make a fresh room.
Yeah,
If somebody else wants to create a room, please feel free. I don't want
I'll
to.
do
It
it.
might be on my end.
Yeah, I'll do it this time.
Alright, sure.
We'll let Kazong's internet stabilize, and then he can come on back. I want to
Sounds
give him a
good.
minute so he doesn't like mess him up or anything. Oh man, but like it's Ghost suit wise, great for the most part. Just the shows, yeah. But Mugen and Sin Spectre, they're nice forms, and it sucks. They're tied to what they're tied to is kind of
Yeah.
iffy.
Plot-wise, for
Go! Get
No, we're not going
Yeah, we're
anywhere.
not gonna
Damn
do
it.
don't be gone.
We're not going anywhere. Damn it.
Send you to the alternate universe nanomachine powered Shadow
All
Realm.
right, so we're gonna go quickly through Drive without too many spoilers for Mach and Shinosuke's finals, but they look cool.
They do.
That's obvious.
They look
Well,
good. They're sleek.
we-
They're sleek like a car should. They're good.
Yes.
All
I
right.
do love its new tire gimmick, which we won't get into. But I love
Sorry.
the new tire. I love the Final Form tire gimmick,
Yeah.
and all the ones that we unfortunately never got to see. But whatever. We can talk about one at once.
So let's cruise on past with Drive. Pun intended. So bad. I am so sorry. You know what I'm saying?
Wait, is Shio watching the stream?
Yeah, he's here. He's
Yeah,
here.
he's in
Yeah,
the
but is he
party.
watching?
Oh, yeah, he's already seen what
Okay.
the try to run looks like. But I want him to see the significance of said.
The Honda NSX.
Alright, yeah. We won't get into how it does, but I think we can get into basic powers. Basically, he just fuses tires, and it's awesome.
Yeah,
And there's a whole bunch that we never get to see.
but the main one I don't want to spoil is Mach. So like,
Yeah, no, we won't spoil Mox. Mox isn't actually in this game, so.
yeah, but like I said, they're good. They're like,
That's the one
They
from
are.
the movie, right?
yeah, Mach's
Yeah.
final form is an upgrade of what would happen. Like, it's a more
He's
complete
the
version
cinema
of
form,
what
it's upgraded
was.
what happened in the
Yeah,
show.
it's more complete. So it like color wise, it meshes better. But some people still don't like it.
Ghost and Dry versus X8 and Dry.
Time to get filthy.
This is a team up I never thought I'd see again.
一っ走り付き合えよ
But as we go to Gaim now. Gaim is weird
Kiwami Arms!
あの時はありがとう
Duck, duck, duck!
because Kiwami I like it. Dude is basically a general now. He's like an army general in terms of
Yeah,
like.
he's a freaking Shogun, and it works.
おめかがは走りなが
But then we get to Baron. What is this man's final form?
I say it's Lord Baron. Lord Baron is
Okay.
it. You want to use the B cinema and say it's Ringo?
No, that's a one-off. That's a one-off. It's
It's him turning into totally not antagonist.
yeah, it's dumb. I was like, if they were gonna keep Ringo, then maybe, but they didn't. So it's like, no problem.
テンション
Oh God!
I didn't really let him go.
X8 still hit. So yeah.
ファッションテンション
Lord Baron, I like Lord Baron, but I did not like his other. I didn't like Lemon Arms because it's dumb. Why are you giving Baron? Like I understand the powers are interchangeable, but to make it a complete form for Baron is stupid. Nah, he's
おめかがは走りながら
Lord Baron was cool though. That, yeah, I'll accept that.
Nice.
Now we get into after XA, we get the wizard.
今の俺はベルトサンド
And we already touched on the wizard. We already touched on it. I like it.
All of Wizard's forms are pretty classy.
They're straightforward. It's just a color change, but it works.
Dragon form was suitably complex. Looked like probably a pain in the ass to wear that suit though.
Yeah.
Dragon.
You know what I miss? The Simon Says multi-form mode. What was that thing called?
The Drago timer. The Drago timer.
Yeah, thank you. I missed that thing. That was cool. I thought that was going to be a gimmick that he would use more, and then he just kind of never really did.
Yeah. Did no Gaim?
He did use it a couple times, but that's I think a gimmick that more writers could stand to use if they're. I mean, you have to come up with a gimmick power set that actually allows for it, but having actual duplicates of yourself. Den-O did it really well. Oh my gosh, the in-series build-up for the first Den-O movie is just flawless. Where like at the end of every episode, they're just like, "Yo, no big deal, but come over here for a second." And knock him out and then drag him to some random field in the middle of nowhere.
When it comes to the Gaim didn't have Gaim and Baron. Wizard, did Infinity become gold at one point because he mixed it with the dragons?
Yeah.
That was for like the giant drop.
Yeah, but it was also in usually in the actual Wizard movie. Except it wasn't golden. It was just like then they made it.
Yeah, it was
gold.
shiny, and then they made it gold later. It was cool. I liked it.
So like so what I'm getting from that is like Wizard just like I'm gonna take my form even further beyond like thing with that, but he doesn't really need to. All right. And your girl did let you give her the wizard?
Alright.
He speaks truth.
He went to Toei. Thanks. What about Beast Final? Did y'all like it? It's okay. I like Meteor better because it's literally the same color. I forgot it had tassels. I forgot it had tassels. But like, we just came off a blue and gold final form for a second. I feel like it could have looked better, in my opinion.
Okay with
But
it.
we touched on Forza a bit. We touched on Forza a bit. I'm freaking dead. Freaking got bodied. This is why I don't play Ghost.
Yeah.
I'm not a back triangle kind of player.
I'm not Frost.
And then, alright, so we kind of touched on Forza a bit. I like it, but it was on the cusp of let's start doing a little too much in terms of like writer form.
He's got 108 stars of death. I mean,
Does he really?
I mean switches.
Some switches were sandwich numbers, man. Some switches were sandwich numbers. Like, hey, what kind of sandwich you want?
That's
Let me
the
get
thing
number
that
6.
I was kind of upset with Forza was that it was just a giant, never-ending Happy Meal commercial, and I was like, "Come on, guys! I understand that Mickey D's.
So.
I understand that Mickey D's is your big sponsor right now, but come on." Like it was rough in some previous seasons, but oh my gosh,
Oh boy.
4's just at least 4's as a show, entertainment value wise, was at least
4's
mostly
was.
worth the time.
Oh boy.
I'll give it credit, but
Meteor's final form, boys.
Meteor Storm!
why were they not using nunchucks? Why?
Why? I thought they
We
like,
get upset about that. I know. It's just like
it's true.
you've got the Bruce Lee theme. Why is it a Beyblade?
He's got the martial arts staff, but he don't use it because he's like 3, 2, 1, let it rip, and he wins all the Beyblade championships.
Just
I do like it
baffling.
though. I do like what
It
they're going
looks,
for.
yeah, the form looks fine.
It's
I
like
think,
a starburst type of thing. Not like the candy, but like an actual like.
Yeah. The movie form.
Oh, the fusion?
The mixed form was pretty sweet. I like that
I
one
do
a
love
lot.
the fusion, and then the fusion they
the
did.
fusion states. Okay.
Yeah, and then they added
Yeah,
Nadeshiko to
sorry.
the fusion, so we had like big silver rockets.
Skis.
The skis were weird, but the giant.
The skis were so silly. I mean, like, I laugh because it was fun, and I get it, but it was just like, oh my goodness. What is all this?
Yeah. And that whole movie was just like Mad Max. Gun landing the Ryuki kick. No, he didn't.
Almost.
But alright, so after Forze, it's time to settle this fucking debate once and for all real quick. Cause I don't know if niggas don't understand this shit, but Oz's final form is Proto motherfucking Terror. Alright? It is that form. It is not. It is not Tajador. It is not. It is not Super Tatoba. It's not that either. Super Tatoba is what he had to use in the movie because Tototera is freaking gone. Dead. Because it was pretty much blown up. That's pretty much it. So he had to use Tajador, and Tajador had like emotional story significance because of Ankh.
Don't kill him, don't kill him, don't. Ah, shit.
Because of Ankh. So that's why. That's why it was used like that. That's why it's used in place of.
I was about to bully Kuga by doing the Saber Saber at him, so he couldn't revive from the dead. So that was me not planning things out properly. That's
It's
on
all
me.
good. I got to use it.
Oh no! I gotta get out of this one. I'm sorry.
Don't worry. Well, he got us out of it.
But like I said, Tajador, there's a reason why Tajador is used on, and it's because of Ankh. There's emotional significance for it. Super Tatoba is what he had to use in the movie because Pulsatera was destroyed. We see Pulsatera a lot more now because Geo was able to pull him out of time using him. He's able to pull him out of time into his final form. So there it is. That's why it's used. Otherwise, Pulsatera is the final form of Oz, and I hate everyone who thinks otherwise. Because you're stupid. Can't believe y'all that's dumb.
I don't hate them.
Can't believe
Yeah. I mean, it's
Oh, sorry, I need to read on that.
because O's is basically Kuga Mark II. It's Kuga all over again, which is a compliment, I might add. Kuga's really good. It's not a perfect analogy, but there's enough similarities and it doesn't really venture too far from that formula that I think it basically holds up.
Yeah.
And Putotera is Black Kuga. It's the potential for O's to destroy civilization and lose control. That whole thing.
Yep.
Not even like.
And if you and I'll say it again, if you don't think Pulsatera is the final form, we fighting because you're stupid. And I will have.
What about the alligator sand thing form from the movie?
Fuck out of here.
Yeah, that's the one. I like the turban. I thought it was classy. I thought it was. It's a cool form. It's obviously not a final form, but it's a cool form.
Yeah.
No, it is.
Oh, real quick, I will go hark back to Drive for the movie form. We're not gonna talk about how he gets it. We're just gonna talk about how it looks real quick. I am pissed they fucked it up. Type special, like they had it. The future car, the future Trideron that is based on is like a black sports car with like blue.
They freaking got Mercedes Benz on it.
It looked the. Yeah, when we talk about when we talk about the actual like form for that, it cool. Then we get to type special and it's ugly because it's a mixture of it's supposed to be a mix, but it has like the blackish blue type armor and the undersuit is yellow. That is such it is such a ridiculous clash when it comes to the belt too, because the seat belt part of the belt is red with the suit is all over the place. It's all. Was it
supposed to be like neon underlighting? I'm still not sure why they did what they did.
I assume it was, but
it looked kind of tacky.
It was all over the place, and I love Drive to death, but that tight special is a bad one-off. It's a bad one-off.
Kugan and Baron versus X8 and Baron.
All right, now we're going back to we did O's.
So
let's talk about Birth real quick.
Oh yeah.
Birth got attachments. This man don't got forms. He got attachments. And I kind of wish Birth did get a form. I really do.
I don't know though. I think it kind of works that he's got like the Metal Hero thing going on.
No, I love that.
He's basically like what's his name, Jiban.
I love that, but I kind of wish he got a form too. But I don't know. Because what they gave him. The little scorpion part, I did love that. I love that little scorpion thing that he gets. Yeah, he can control it while fighting at the same time. I love that. But then it's like, the whole attach every bit of armor to him. I didn't like that. Maybe because it looks so cool. It looks very clunky, and that's why I don't like it. But by itself, I do enjoy his attachments, like by itself.
I kind of get he doesn't have a final form. I get that. Alright. Next up is Double. Thematically, Double has a great form.
Double?
Specifically, his final form. They're fusing together as actual people into one singular being.
Yeah.
Versus the team of the judge.
It's pretty manly.
Yeah.
Nothing gay about it at all.
Alright, that's where you want to take this.
There's nothing gay about it at all. It's just bros being bros, right?
There's nothing wrong with bros being bros. Friends till the end. Till the end, that's a friend. That's forever. And the dead. I shouldn't have watched it. Hold on. I ain't gonna do me like this.
I'm getting done like this. I got Kali Mud before I could Kali Ma.
I think you're gonna get it.
Oh no!
But yeah, Ozu's final. I do enjoy Ozu's final. I mean, not Ozu, Double's final form. I do like it. Axel, on the other hand, I love it too. Trial is cool and Boost.
This is what comes of Kuga, who's able to blow up in a nuclear explosion square city blocks. Just punching out Eldritch Abominations like they were nothing. It's no big deal.
That's your guy.
I got like 5 minutes, and then I got things to do in the morning.
Awesome.
Yeah, and then I'm about to hop up soon too, so that's
Alright, well, it looks like we're gonna end this early, I guess.
Yeah, it's my fault for starting late, but...
Well, we got through the first half. We can save the second half of all the final forms.
Yeah, we got the double.
Okay, so double. Which is his final form?
His
Are
final.
you really asking that? It's extreme.
It's extra. No, I think because he wants to bring up the movie thing too.
Yeah.
That's just a power up to his final form.
Okay.
Yeah,
Very
yeah.
good.
Oh,
So-
golden extreme.
Yeah, that's just a power up to his final form. So it still counts because he used it again in the O's movie with the crossover with him and O's. It's just a power up. That's all it is. And Axel trial, I do enjoy that. Boost,
It is pretty good.
Axel boost, I like it, but I kind of want to see what boost trial would look like.
Move, drive.
Trial.
Boost trial. Trial is Axel's final form.
Boost is just a one-off. It's not.
I wish
Yeah,
we got to
Boost-
see more, or actually see the double. What was it? Axel.
Extreme Ax.
The extreme, yeah, with fused with
Cyclone
Philip.
Axel double extreme.
That's the one.
Don't
It
they
was
have a
in,
toy for it? They have a toy for it.
Yeah,
isn't it?
they've got a toy that it's in and playable in Climax Heroes O's, I want to say. I don't think it was 4's. I think it was the one before that. Yeah. Not in Cho Climax Heroes for some reason, but it never had screen time. I think it might have had like a stage show. Oh no, double axel.
Double Axel.
俺に質問するな。
No.
すぐに終わらせてやる。
We should have all gone axel, man. We'd have broken the game, and the hamster would have had a coronary. But
While we got time, let's get to the. We can talk about. No, I wouldn't. We can get to while we got time. Decade the end final. There's no Neo for them. There's like no
So,
Neo.
decade complete, decade in the end.
Yeah. I don't. Them forms ugly.
But aren't they both the same, right?
Yeah, their final forms are essentially the same, but in the ugly. They're like slot machines, but not.
he got
That's
it.
one way
He
to
knows.
describe it.
Cause I
He
love
knows.
Decade. He like the best Decade in the game.
問題はない。
Bruh, like,
振り切ってやる。
that's why I do. I will give Gates Majesty credit for where credit is due.
振り切ってやる。
It did what the incomplete wanted to do.
The incomplete didn't want to fuse all the secondaries, it fused a bunch of movie writers.
Which was also stupid.
I will agree with that. It was stupid.
That was completely dumb.
すべて。
And then they put in Skull. Skull ain't even a bad guy. And that's because Eternal wasn't finished yet. That's why they put Skull. Y'all done fucked up. Y'all done fucked up.
I got no time.
Freaking Grand Geo did what the K complaint was supposed to do. And it did it good. But boy, I wish the K complete was better. That's why I was hoping for a Neo Decay complete to fix up what Decay complete ruined.
BB coming through.
Damn it, Echo.
Damn it, Dun.
yeah, you could.
I had full life. Alright. Pretty much.
That means where was you at fighting? But yeah, nah, Decay complete and DN complete suck ass, and it's a damn shame.
I liked the odd avant-garde look, but I didn't like the cards plastered all over it.
I do
Like the
gimmick,
weird
though.
boxy look was kind of cool for something weird and different, but like the cards plastered all over just did not work for me at all.
Shame.
I do like it instead of just becoming the final forms for all the writers, he like summons them and doesn't attach to them. That I think.
Yeah, that part is cool. That's why I'm like, Grand Geo took it to a higher level. And I love that.
I'm done. We get it. You can play a vampire.
He's like one character I am actually like somewhat decent.
He said you can stop beating me up.
Basically, Kiva's my kryptonite. I cannot deal with Kiva for some reason. I can't play him either. It's just the most obnoxious thing in the world.
I'm not targeting you.
Now you are.
But yeah.
Oh, geez.
Oh no, not again.
But yeah. That's where we stand in terms of those.
Alright.
Tune in next week for part 2. And the rest of what we got.
Oh, why are you gonna place me in front of 2 people? What the fuck, spawning?
I gotta get out of there.
It's kind of hard, shit. Because Wall Splat got you stuck for 30 minutes. Why would you do that?
I didn't think I would get both of them down.
I did.
Beep beep.
I got hit. Damn it, he didn't save me. Oh, that saved me.
Where's my actual partner?
And I'm out. Alright.
And
Okay. That's fine.
there it is.
Nice.
Also, real quick, I want to go, like, I want to say that the original writer's power-up for that Ghost movie was actually really weird.
Oh, the, yeah, I know. Ichigo's, power
Yeah, that bulky
God,
thing.
that.
What is that?
That's because the suit actor has gained some weight.
No.
Okay.
That's why the decade form for ZO looked the way it did. Let's not talk about that, but that's why it was the way it be. He old. He's retired now. He had lived a good life and had an amazing career, but he was bulky.
Well, I'm sitting here thinking, like, hey, Ichigo, you got yourself a power now? You bulky boy?
He a bulky boy. He a bulky. He, as the kids are saying nowadays about everything, he thick.
Yikes. That's a big yikes, and that's where we gonna end it today.
Alright.
Closing remarks, everyone.
1, 2, 3.
Shut up! You shut your mouth.
Yo,
you shut your goddamn dirty mouth.
now
I'll
that
kick you out the show.
My closing remark is now that Toei has a YouTube channel where you can pick and peruse all these different cool shows that they've made.
From like
I
the
think-
70s and 80s and beyond.
And beyond. And I
Watch
think
Gavon.
now is the best time to be a Toku fan ever.
We're in
I
that
mean-
weird timeline where everything else in the
Yes.
world is bad, but Toku's going great.
But Toku's going awesome. Like, seriously, like, by the end of this year, we're gonna have almost everything Toku subbed in some capacity. Like, the like, all of Power Rangers, or Sentai, is going to be subbed. Most of Metal Heroes is going to be subbed. All of Kamen Rider will have been subbed. It's crazy.
And we can get the toys here.
Yep.
The CSMs too, for you cosplay motherfuckers.
Don't have to paint spandex in
Goku
it. Oh,
is
man.
finally taking off in the world, and it only costs the rest of the world's health. That's all it
Yes. It is a sacrifice I was
This
willing
is all
to
Decade's
make.
fault, man. He should have just took over for Shocker. That's all he should have did.
Yo, should I? It's like post pictures of some of the writer-inspired suits I've done for City of Heroes
Heck yeah, man.
in the
What
Discord.
do you want?
Heck yeah, do it. Heck yeah, put it in the art
I
section.
should
No
do
reason why
that.
not.
Some of those are bad.
It's okay.
Some
We
of
can
those
deal
are
with
really
done.
bad.
If we can deal with done songs, we can deal with anything.
Hey,
boy.
my songs of classic artistic merit.
Listen here, you secondary.
Look, all right.
Let them know.
I have
Talk that
Yo.
talk, nigga.
We admire your ability to memorize
Nah,
music on the
but
spot for
to
sure.
to be fair, yo, Dun's cool. He cool as hell.
Done is cool.
He cool as hell.
Thank you.
We,
That's all I want.
but you're still a secondary. Coming
We
right
gotta
at
get you to
Jukebox.
start memorizing
okay
some
with that,
Ultraman
okay?
music, dude.
I need to watch Ultraman first.
We gotta get.
We need to get, dude. We need you singing the Gavan theme. Is what we need. That
Joel
is so
Chaku.
many.
Yo, you know what they translated Joel Chaku as?
All right.
Metamorphosis.
All right. Since we now have
Okay.
the Toei channel, watch the
So
first couple episodes of
stupid.
Gala. Don't make any promises. We'll see.
Joel Chaku. Like be here next week when we unveil Dunn's
All right,
form for the
fine,
first
next
time.
week.
He's a jukebox.
Next week is Easter, though. That's the thing. Next
Yo,
week is
like
Easter.
he's gonna be Mike Saunders the 13th from Gaugagar.
Yeah, heck yeah, man. His sword's gonna be a giant microphone.
I appreciate
And
it.
he'll have the
Yo,
honey.
when are we gonna
he'll
get a
have the
music
honey
themed
form from
writer?
that. What do you think?
After
Bob?
Hibiki, it's like why don't we have a female pop idol writer right now? I don't understand. What timeline is
That's
this?
our tertiary writer. You're availing things
Nah,
from my
hell with
season.
that.
You're
Hell with
availing
that.
things from my season. Stop it.
Nah, make it the primary. This will be our opportunity to
But
have
I'm
a
the
female
primary
lead.
writer. What are you talking about? You can't do that. I'm the music-based writer.
His
That's
name
why
is
Dunn's my
Common Writer
secondary.
Echo,
That's why Dunn's my secondary.
and I'm Jukebox.
Okay,
apparently.
jukebox. You
Yeah,
see his,
he'll
you see his
look like-
form? Like dude has a gun that shoots old friggin' records at people.
Ow, dude. Dude, that's vinyl, man. Vinyl. Yo, related. Related to vinyl, did you guys hear about how like one of the last vinyl plants in the United States burned down?
No.
Well, that sucks.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
a weird
it's
way to
pretty
end
bad.
the
We started
podcast.
with a lot of sad news. Now we're ending with sad news.
Yeah, the world is a dark and miserable place, but it is
Except
the
for Tokyo.
It is the
it's-
Toku timeline. We got this.
Don't worry, man. We'll get Sogo to be like, you know what?
Tokyo is
I'm
now
king.
thriving like never before.
Yeah,
It
so-
just took the rest of the world.
It's all Decade's fault, man.
rest
We
of
need
the world
Sogo to
had
fix
to
this. Sogo to fix this. Sogo, get in here. Oma, fix this, man. Fix the timeline so that Toku and the world thrive together.
I remember the great Toku drought of 03. The great Toku renaissance of 2020 was truly the greatest thing that had happened in our timeline. But then came 2021 and the barren hellscape that was to follow.
Gonna be telling our grandkids about the Great Toku Wars in 2020. There it is, man. Me and Jukebox back to back fighting with Jesus.
Yo, what is... Yo,
Microphone
Jesus
in
is-
microphone in one hand and vinyl shooter in the other.
The mask is cracked so you can see half their face and you know it's go time.
We sit here with Space Sheriff Frag, man. What's going down?
Oh, that's so good.
And Frag changed in like 10 seconds, and then he's like, Jesus, pilot the ship. Take the wheel. I got this.
Let Jesus take the wheel. And then I turn the spaceship into a giant gun and I shoot it, just like Scheider.
And it's so confusing, but at the same time, this was the great
Yo,
Toku Wars of 2020.
Scheider is... Yo, if we have Scheider involved in the Toku Wars of 2020, shit's gonna get weird.
Oh god.
We're gonna have people who are gonna be like possessed in their dreams to eat fried chicken until they can't move. It's gonna be It's gonna be weird, man. We're gonna have possessed demon children throwing rocks at puppies.
What?
It's gonna be Scheider is bonkers.
The Toku.
That show,
All right.
like
Toku
Gavan
World
is
of
goofy
2020.
weird. Sharavan gets really goofy, and then Scheider is just like, hold my sake.
We're getting drunk in 2020 though in your Toku Wars.
Yep.
But that's the topic for next week. If we decide to do one. We could do one early, we might not. Who knows?
It's Easter next week, so
We shall see.
Daily reminder that if you are of a religious persuasion, do not meet together in large groups for Easter. It will not help with the plague of the end times. It will, in fact, make it worse. Please don't make it worse. Thank you.
yeah,
As
just
This
Zero-
has been a
hang back.
public service announcement. Well, hold it for later. Hold it on a different day. It's not like due to time drift. It's the same day that it actually happened. You're okay. You're okay to do it observe it on a different day.
yeah.
Also-
just for this Easter, just hang out with family. And just,
At home. Also,
Or go to the
As-
pier and beat the boss so you can get your family members back.
There you go. This man knows how it be. This man. Sometimes it just be like that.
sometimes.
we're going to the Subdays dimension to get our family back. Good old Toku. And video game.
Huzzah.
Also, as 01 and Kira May Red would say, wash your damn hands. The fact that Toei gave us a commercial for this, fucking brush your teeth, wash your hands. Y'all are despicable. I am ashamed of you guys. Dirty bastards.
Yo, you know what I want? I want a Far Cry style Kamen Rider game where you go around hunting down mooks in bases and
Yo.
like stealth killing them to death.
Yo, imagine the Yakuza coming.
That'd be
Yakuza
interesting.
style.
You have to like hunt down your gimmick, whatever it is. Like,
Yeah.
what
Yours is
behind
vinyl
your
records.
gimmick. I know.
I
but
think. Well, or you know, just like be laid out like Far Cry, where it's like here's this big wide open landscape and it's filled with peppered with enemy bases, and you just roam
I could see an
as a
Ichigo
Kamen
game
Rider
like
and
that.
just body things.
Rider Head Crusher, where he just grabs the top of their head with his feet and then throws them into the ground, and then 5 seconds later they explode. Ichigo and Nigo's finishers are so stupid and great at the same time.
Great, they're so great.
Head Crusher, where he like grabbed the dude's head and just slammed it on the bridge floor, and then it just blew up like 5 seconds later, and I'm just like, what?
Yeah. I like the ones where they like kick a dude off of a cliff, and you see this,
Doll,
you know, obvious
this freaking
doll just
ragdoll just fall down the cliff and blow
and then
up.
they have that quit. It lands on the ground. There's that quick cut, and then it explodes. And I'm just like, yes, this is indeed what I came here
This
for.
is peak 70s awesomeness. and then the
peak
rider
Toku
kick where they
70s.
miss, and then it just like the dude stumbles back on purpose. Like, dude,
It's like,
freaking-
did you not have a trampoline? No.
freaking
Back in my day.
freaking rider punch, man. Oh my god, where like he clearly missed, but the
Whiff.
air of the punch was so strong it blew the dude up.
Yo, it's what happens when you become a Kaizo ninja.
Heck yeah.
Better fight for justice, or else you're gonna blow shit up.
Last bit of
Or you
closing
could be-
remarks, everyone.
Or you could be like V3, where you're like, I'm so mad, I want to be a freaking cyborg murder monster. And Ichigo and Nigo are like, yo, dude, you really don't want to do that. It's gonna ruin your life. And he's like, nah, I'm
Fuck all
doing
that.
it.
Doing
And then
it.
they murder his family and then murder him. And then they're like, oh, okay, maybe we should turn him into a cyborg murder machine. And then, like, save Japan by by sacrificing ourselves to a nuclear explosion, and then totally not dying, which was awesome as well.
Which is why I still said that. Oh god, I forgot. There's supposed to be a versus this week. But nah, we'll take care of that next week. All right. This was fun. We'll catch y'all sometime next week.
You're
You're
Later.